Good evening, guys. So I thought I'd christen the Webley Patriot tonight and bring it over to the equestrian centre and go for some pigeons inside the arena. They're flying and roosting like the entrance hall and the big steel rafters in the actual arena itself. Perfect place for the Patriot really, because it's such a high-powered air rifle. The backstops need to be amazing. So I can certainly go for the ones within the riding arena because of the big steel rafters. Perfectly safe to shoot there. But in the main entrance area, the pigeons tend to roost anywhere they can get really, and a lot of the time the backstops, the actual roof itself. It's a really lovely old building, big heavy stone slabs for the roof, but I still wouldn't fancy hitting them with a 30 foot-pound Springer. So I've brought, well, initially I thought I'd just bring the 97K and go for the shots where the backstop's not fantastic, but then I thought, well, maybe everybody would like to see the difference between a 177, a 2.2 and an FAC 2.5, just comparison to see how each calibre drops a pigeon and what damage it does. I mean, I've killed loads of pigeons with a 2.2, so I know that unless you get a headshot, you don't really get much sign to say it's been shot really, and the 177 is the same. Once you do a good chest shot, if it drops it straight away, then you can't really tell where the pellet's been. So we know the work, but I'm curious to see what sort of damage a 2.5 does. So I thought, well, I'll bring them all along, maybe try and shoot 10 with the Patriot, the 2.5, if the backstops are safe, and do 5 with the 97K and maybe 5 with the RMA. So that's where we're up to. So I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit darker before we go inside the building. When I do, I'll do a bit of an introduction on each gun whilst it's on the tripod, so that you know what I'm working with, blah blah blah. Hopefully be able to make a decent video out of it. I'm looking forward to doing it anyway. I think you guys might get a bit of a kick out of seeing something a little bit different, and let's face it, you don't really get much different than certainly an FAC 25 cal 30 bloody foot-pound Springer. There's not many people using them nowadays, as in this world of PCP and stuff. So fingers crossed I can get a good few and make a decent video for you. See you later. This is my Walther RMA Ultra Compact in 177. I don't know if I'm going to whip that scope off and put the night vision scope on it later on, or just put the NVS 30 scope add-on onto it later. I'll decide in a bit. Nice little gun, accurate. I say 177. I'm not a massive fan of PCP guns. I kind of bought this on a whim, but it serves a purpose. So I'll take a few with that tonight as well. And this is my old faithful I've killed so many pigeons with this gun, and rats, it's unreal. I absolutely love this thing. This is my HW97K, topped off with the ATN 4K Pro. Got that really nice walther torch, 3-colour torch. So it's got the white light, infrared 850 and infrared 940. Love that thing, really good bit of kit. So, is the Patriot going to outshine this tonight? We'll see. We will see. I think this still might be my favourite until I get the Patriot dialed in properly, because it's still not accurate enough for me as yet, but for certainly taking pigeons at 10 yards in there, it's more than fine. Was that a miss? So this rifle is the reason I'm out here tonight, really, fellas. This is my new Webley Patriot 2.5 cal FAC. About 29 foot-pounds of energy, depending which pellets to use. There is a bit of a series going on about this gun, so if you're interested, just check on my channel and see what sort of shit I'm having to do to it to make it a good gun again. But I'd say there's no real records with Webley anymore of how old the guns are because of serial numbers and stuff. I believe when they went tits up in 2005, somebody bought all the serial numbers, all the old records and stuff, and they're kind of lost forever now. So I'm going to say that this is probably an early 2000s gun. So a very, very old gun, but hopefully still does the job well. Hello everyone. So it's been a few days since I did that recording now. I've had a few days just to kind of process a few things in my head and stuff about it. So I think if we're going to sum it up, I'd say the 177 is more like a surgeon's knife. Very, very accurate, very precise, but you've got to hit a pigeon just in that sweet spot, just to do it in one shot and clean. The 2.2. Now, the 2.2 is my favourite. In that scenario, it's my favourite because you've still got the accuracy. Not quite as accurate, I'll give you that, but the extra size on that pellet, it just seems to damage the pigeons way more inside. On a good solid chest shot, more often than not that pigeon's going to just drop really, really quick. Super clean, real quick. Now the 2.5, there's absolutely no reason you'd need to use the 2.5 caliber that close to a pigeon. It will more for a bit of crack, really, a bit of fun, just because it's a new gun as well. I've since detuned that gun a little bit, got it shooting nicer, but it's around 25, 26 foot-pounds now, so still way, way up there. But for me, the way that thing just hits, it's just like a 2.2 on steroids. It drops whatever it hits straight away, and it sounds when it hits flesh. It sounds like a 2.2 LR. It sounds like a rimfire bullet gun. The punch that thing gives is incredible. But it's not really required on pigeons at that sort of distance. But for me, yeah, 2.2 is more like it's more like your general purpose kind of hit and forget type of thing. The 177 in my book, you need to give it. You got to be more accurate. So let's say surgeon's knife. The 2.2 is more like a butcher's knife type of thing. But the 2.5, it's just like a meat cleaver. It goes through everything. It's an awesome bit of kit. Hope you had a good time watching the video and seeing the different comparisons between the calibers. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. See you later, fellas.